Okay, so 3 more to go. Virgo, September 16th to October 30th. Tourmaline, Virgin, Lungs, Thyroid, Wednesday, Sapphire, Mercury, Quicksilver, and Hematite. Again, these are the original 13 zodiacs before they changed it. Let's see what we can get. A little bit of a delay. Not a big deal. Feeling powerless. Okay. 5 of Cups, upright. So a little bit sad over whatever information you just got. Maybe you've been going out for walks or something, keeping to yourselves. Masculine or feminine. I'm picking more up on a feminine energy, actually. Or it could be a masculine more in as feminine, but kind of spending some time alone. You see a river in the background there. A little bit of emotion. Not exactly sitting there crying or anything like that, but definitely not happy with whatever results you've been getting. A little bit of emotion. Yeah. What else we got? Devil in the upright. Okay. Could be a lot of feeling trapped or feeling chained to something. Quite possibly it could be any kind of addictions or form of control by another party. Not so much getting like a relationship vibe here, but at the same time, it could very well be. It could just be a family or friend. Somebody you feel like obligated to do stuff for. But any kind of vices is usually what holds us back. That could be why you're feeling like the 5 of Cups energy, a little bit down on yourself. Just remember, sometimes when you take on the energy of other people or you take on their burdens or something like that, you're ultimately, putting that weight on your shoulders instead of worrying about the stuff that you already got to deal with. And then you got the 4 of Cups here, which is an opportunity. This could be something that's passed you by, which is why you're now in the 5 of Cups. As you can see, he's got the 4 of Cups there. They're all in the upright. But then in the 5 of Cups, you have the 4 spilt over and 1 in his hand. So, actually, it's only 3 spilt over. 1 in his hand and 1 on the ground. So he's not even noticing. She's not even noticing this other option here that was handed to them as well. So instead of being grateful for the opportunities that you're being given, it's almost like you're kind of just overlooking and just paying attention to what you don't have. Remember, when you're manifesting, thoughts become things. So if you're focusing on the stuff that you don't have, you're going to start bringing in opportunities and situations to show you that you can be grateful for what you do have, if that makes sense. Let's get some more information for Virgo. Virgo, Devil card. What's a Devil card? 5 after 10. 15. 1 and 5 is 6. Ooh, that's a lot. Let's take these 3 here. Okay, so loss of something or someone. Definitely emotions are running high. Like I said, instead of crying it all out, you could be finding other things like going for a walk. Instead of just sitting there wallowing, which is good. Definitely keep doing that. Get out in nature. Do things that bring you joy to elevate your vibrational frequency. Don't stay stuck in a lack mindset or a negative mindset. It's your opportunity to take initiative and be like, you know what, I don't want to feel like this anymore. So what can I do to make me happy? What can I do to bring some sort of joy to this situation? Things will pass. Things will get resolved. Things will be worked out as long as you're not focusing solely on the negative sort of type of situation that you're going through. If you feel hooked or chained or specifically tied to something that no longer serves you, this might be your opportunity to allow things to pass or let things go instead of holding so tightly to them. We got the Queen of Coins in the upright, so it could be your money you're worried about, but clearly you're set. You have a roof over your head, you have a table set full of food, you have drink there, you have a nice chair to sit on. You're clothed, you're clean. Honestly, if this isn't you, this is someone else. Quite possibly you could be feeling the jealousy of somebody else sitting in the Queen of Coins position. Keep in mind that if you start focusing on other people and what they have and you're not appreciative of what you have, again, you're going to end up feeling like this 5 of Cups energy. If this is somebody that you've lost, my apologies. Again, in my opinion, when we pass, it's not the ending. Their energy doesn't cease to exist. Their bodies may go, but they don't. Be getting some news, or maybe this is the news you're getting, which is upsetting, or maybe this is news that's going to be coming in. Regardless, whatever it is, stand your ground. I'm seeing standing in red boots, so this could be something to do with the roots, your root chakra. It could be family. Although there's a little bit of pink there, so this could be something to do with your lineage as well. Maybe some information you're digging out, maybe something that you haven't been taught, or something that hasn't been told to you, like a family secret, something that's been kept away for quite some time. I mean, it's on a scroll. This could be something that you're just finding out now, or you're just figuring out. If you can, if you know anything about your spiritual gifts and stuff, try tapping into your third eye, first eye chakra. Wear purple if you want. Use some gemstones or anything to kind of help you out with that situation. Maybe it'll get you more in the zone so that you can envision or see what you need to see. Maybe get some clarity on certain things. Virgin standing out to me. So if this is over, let's say you're testing the waters or something, and you're focusing solely on the physical aspect of a relationship or connections, and you're constantly being let down, or things have been going wrong for you because you're taking on the energy of said person. So remember, when you physically interact with another person, not just verbally, when it comes to the physical interaction with another person, you're exchanging energies. So let's say the other person's not so healed. You may still have work to do yourself, but you've done some shadow work and you're trying your very best. And then the other person, let's say, comes into your energy, your little bubble there, and you have a physical interaction. Well, you may very well be taking on some of that person's negative energy, which in the form could be some of their karma or just unresolved things. And then you could be experiencing loss or lack. It could be just an illusion. You couldn't, like, maybe you have everything you need, but technically you're feeling like you don't have what you need, which is a problem, because that becomes like a spiral thing. It's short-lived. It doesn't have to, it's almost like your imagination. It's your mind frame. So you got to be able to flip it, switch it, and train yourself to get out of those sort of energies, to transmute it. If you got to go for walks, if you got to sing, dance, paint, draw, write, maybe writing things down will actually help. Let's see what else we can get here. Let's go with Past Life Oracle. That one's stuck to the bottom. So maybe you're feeling stuck at the very bottom. Trust and faith. Whatever it is that you're going through, just know that you will make it through it. There's always a light that shines through there. There's always the rainbow at the end of any sort of shower or emotion that you have to shed, any sort of tears, if any. You know, at the end of the storm, you get the rainbow. So have a little bit of trust in yourself. If not necessarily the situation, but at least in yourself. Have some faith. If you believe in that sort of thing, ask for guidance, ask for help, ask for assistance. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, you might be getting some information in, so just rest, relax. Maybe this is a test to see how you're going to react to the situation. If you react in a negative sense, it's just going to heighten things around you and make it worse. If you react in a positive sense, it shows how much you've actually practiced on controlling your emotional response and how much you're healing. Take the opportunity to learn whatever lesson it is that's being shown in front of you. And very well, if you're constantly giving to other people or doing certain things that were destructive to yourself, maybe try to heal that or work on certain things that could help you heal that. Work on your own growth, your own stability. What else can we get for our past life oracle cards? Maybe you feel like you're, like you yourself are like an earth angel. You've been like, kind of like tossed around and just used, or feel like you're being not appreciated. Honestly, it starts with yourself. You have to appreciate yourself first. You have to know your worth. You have to know your value. You have to know how much you yourself brings to the table. If you're experiencing certain electronical things around you, or lights flickering or anything like that, keep in mind these could be signs for you to help you out. It's not something to be afraid of. Do not fear anything. Fear less, learn more. Male, female. There's a lot of balance that needs to happen, probably to do within yourself. Instead of worrying about what's outside you, worry about your own yin and yang balance. Yes, when we have a partner or somebody that comes into our energy field, or even we're sharing the energy with, or if you're living with somebody that's even just platonic, it's not necessarily romantic, you're going to have to balance out the energies, especially if they're not doing their part. You have to learn how to cleanse. You have to learn how to discern the difference between their energy, your energy. You have to pick up on the signs and synchronicities and anything you're being given to show you what to do next. Trust yourself. Have a little faith in yourself. Know that things will balance themselves out. It's quite possibly these are lessons that were just passed down to you. I mean, if this is a reoccurring thing of having to learn how to balance yourself, or balance between the masculine and feminine, whether it be you yourself or you and the opposite sex, having to figure out how to balance that can be challenging, but it's only as challenging as we make it. So keep that in mind, okay? Actually, we'll go in here and see what else we get here. Heart. Heartbeat. Irregularity, arrhythmia, heartbeat regulator, either natural tissue or small implanted device, a pacemaker. Heartbeat that is abnormally slow, a bradycardia. Heartbeat that is abnormally fast, trachycardia. Heartbeat that is irregular or abnormally fast, which is a palpitation. You could be possibly experiencing that. That could be part of your anxiety and your stress level. Really, really take the time to rest and relax and calm your mind down. If you can't calm your body down, at least try to calm your mind down so that the body will follow suit. Because if you're in a constant state of panic or anxiety in the flight mode, even fight mode, it's going to be a lot of stress, a lot of chemicals released in the brain that are going to cause imbalances. Rotating cylinder on which pen records changes in the pressure, heartbeat, or like the kymograph, technique for regulating one's own heartbeat, blood pressure, or other apparently involuntary bodily functions like biofeedback. If you need to seek medical attention, do so. If this is just stress-induced, you don't necessarily have to pop pills, but I'm not a doctor. I would definitely seek taking the more natural pathway. Do some meditation if you can. Soak your feet or ground your feet on the grass. Try that first. Try getting outdoors, breathing techniques and all that fancy jazz. That might help calm you down. Pinniped. Pipe. Tube or canal for the passage of fluids as building, a plant or human body, a duct. Pipe carrying sewage from a toilet or soil. Maybe your own pipes, your internal self. You got to do a cleanse. Connecting smaller pipes, a header. Pipe fitting, typically a U or an S-shaped bend for holding water, a barrier against a return flow of gases. Or a trap. Again, you might feel trapped at this moment in time. What is this? For holding water as a barrier against the return flow of gases. So you quite very well could be holding back emotions. Like I said at the beginning when I first seen this one, I'm not seeing you crying too much over whatever it is. So you could be holding back your emotions, not expressing it. Sometimes you need to just let it out. Because if you don't, then you're not going to benefit from the after effect of releasing either the chemicals or the tears or whatever you need to release from your body. If you're just holding it in, it becomes toxic. It's not really healthy. Pipe or channel, as for rainwater, an electric cable, culvert, conduit. Again, your brain in itself is electrical conductor, and there's a lot of things that your emotions will release certain chemicals in there as well. So if you don't got up here nice and calm, then it's going to be going into overdrive. Pipe or duct for hot air, smoke, or like, as in a broiler or chimney. A flute, you could be going through some sort of sickness. Pipe rising vertically within a building, a riser. When you have one of those moments where you're going through like a dark night of the soul, or let's say depression, or any kind of low vibrational frequency, when you come out of that, it's almost like rising out of the ashes. The ashes. It's almost like rising out of the ashes. It's almost like the phoenix reborn through whatever pain you're suffering and whatever you're going through at this time. This may not even be an outside influence. This may be just internal, and that's okay. Everybody has their, it's like a spiritual battle to go within and have to kind of sort things out within themselves as within outwards. So instead of projecting those sort of things, learn the lessons that you need to, heal whatever you need to get through first before. You could be part of the military, Native American, beginnings, new beginnings. If anybody is accusing you or making you feel embarrassed somehow, like dumb, speechless because of shy, embarrassed, or astonished, tongue-tied even, all right, making you feel as if you're not worthy enough, or if you're not valued in any way, or your value has no what do you call that, validity to it, like as if you're being dismissed and somehow, just remember it's how you feel about yourself. An outside influence, if somebody else, another individual is giving you grief or projecting onto you certain things, or you've been taking on the burdens of others, especially through any vices or any let's say arguments or something like that, or even information you're getting that's upsetting, the more you react to it negatively, the more you're feeding the situation, the more you carry another person's burdens or hold all that in without expressing yourself, without transmuting it, the more toxic it's going to be to your body, not just your mind, your body as well. Leap or jump. Leap year. Year with an extra day or month inserted, such as a leap year. Internal Calgary year. A calorie. Learn, determine, discover. Do your research. Find out more about yourself. Learn more about you. Learn more about your body. You could be taking a leap of faith. Okay, this could be a literal leap of faith. So like the fool energy. The suffering does not have to continue. I think at some point we all have to get past that, and we have to stand up and say, okay, now what do we do? You say, enough's enough. I'm sick and tired of this. I'm sick and tired of this energy. I don't want to hold on to this energy anymore. I want to do something. Purge, cleanse, clean. Not just spiritually, but even physically. The stuff around you. If there's clutter, tons of clutter and crap that has no meaning to you, you never use it. You keep it in closets. You keep it in drawers, dressers. Clean it out. It is still springtime, so there's lots of times to do that. Proclamation. Official. Diplomat. Official, orthodox, authoritative. Official or person discharging official duties. Functionary. I think I said something about the military. Let's see. Usually a doctor conducting inquests into deaths that might not stem from natural causes, like a coroner. If you have lost somebody in the family and they're still doing some sort of reports on it, or they're still finding out what the cause of death was, I guess you should be getting some information, and I'm not 100% sure on that, but do have a little bit of faith that things will be resolved. Get an official document or letter certifying a person's credit worthiness, qualifications, authority, or like credentials. Maybe you've been waiting on for some documents to come in the mail, like whether or not you got into a school, or if you didn't get in. Don't be discouraged if it doesn't work out the first time. That may not be the path that you're supposed to be headed down. Sometimes rejection is a form of protection, or maybe it's redirecting you. Almost like a GPS. It's redirecting you in another way, so that you don't go down a certain path, because that might be. Correspondence. Or mutual relationship between two things. A correlation. Correspondence. Rule associating the members of one set with those of another, like mapping. Correspondence or harmony. You could be mapping out internally, This is like decompartmentalizing certain things, whether they be traumas or something that's currently happening in your situation, like in the physical 3D. It could be a mapping, like maybe you want to travel, get away, or go a further distance than just your backyard trails or something like that. Correspondence could be information coming in as well. Or harmony among parts. Claims or the like, consistency, congruity, the consonants, the relationship of correspondence, equivalence or identity between systems or part of a system, symmetry, mathematical variable related to another, in always having a corresponding value and function. Remember your value, remember your worth. You do have function in this reality. You are very, very valuable. You're a part of the overall collective generally, and we all need to help each other get through this. We're supposed to be learning at the same time and actually working together as a team so that we can evolve, so that we can mature emotionally, so that we can develop and move further past whatever negative energies that we've been all resonating in for the longest time, which is fear, anxiety, depression, low vibrational things that we've been kept in. It's almost like the system had us brainwashed, the matrix kind of had us brainwashed to stay in a lower state so that we're easily controlled, easily manipulated, and like an indoctrination of the overall general collective. So, which is corrupt and immoral. Yeah, corrupt, debase, impair, taint, defile, corrupt, open to or marked by briefly, venal, corrupt, pervert, undermine, subvert, corrupt, twist from what is correct or proper, to warp or to pervert, corrupt or dirty place or situation, again, cleaning up your exterior. So anything around you, you want a nice clean space. It just makes you feel better. I mean, the only thing you can control is your actions, your words, how you think, what you say. Ultimately, those are your responsibilities, nobody else. So when it comes to other people's influence on you or your surrounding, where you're living, your conditions, do the best you can to keep it as tidy and organized as possible. If you're not one to do so, that's okay. I'm not forcing you to do that. I'm just saying it does help. It improves the situation a little bit, especially getting rid of items that serve you no purpose. They don't serve your higher good. They may even carry negative energies attached to them if they're not cleansed. So gold, silver, other metal that resists corrosion, noble metal. Gold bar are similarly convenient, a block of metal, an ingot. Ingot, I-N-G-O-T. Never heard of that before. Gold bearing, as gravel or rocks might be. Gold bearing, fragmentary rock found in South Africa, a banquet. Gold or silver or in bulk, bullion or a bullion. Gold or silver thread used in embroidery. Maybe that's a hobby of yours. You want to take up embroidery, or maybe this is symbolic for the whole idea of being tethered to other people, like energetic ties. Maybe that which is more toxic. If you ever wanted to get into that, do your research first when it comes to cord cutting or any ties to certain people that no longer are in your life that may still be pulling energetically on your energy, especially those that were just like a taker sort of energy, not ever giving in return. It's not equal. It was just a one-way sort of street with them, and they just drained you dry. So what else? We got gold like or covered in gold leaf. Guilt, guided, or at, if you feel any guilt for certain things that have happened in the past, you got to remember to forgive yourself. It's what you do from here on out, the choices that you make to change. If you want to better yourself, make sure you're healthy, make sure you're stable, especially sound of mind, then do so. Alchemy, alchemist, alleged conversion of base metals into silver or gold, transmutation. If anybody is trying to prevent you from doing the best thing for yourself, ignore those people. Transmuting the negative energy into positive through understanding from the lessons is very important, and that's a sort of alchemy in itself. If anybody is trying to shut you up or keep you silent or anything like that, disregard those people. Those are the sort of individuals that can't even get their own justice for themselves or see their own value or worth within themselves, and have a lack set mentality, whether it be programmed in them or just something they're continuing even though they know better, which is ignorant. And those are not the kind of people you really want in your energy. If you cannot get away from those people, find solace in whatever little space you can, or find your happy place, so to speak. Find a place where you can go that's quiet, that you could do your meditation or just grounding. Alloy, copper and zinc used in jewelry as imitation gold, a pinchbeck. Copper's really good. If you have a copper bracelet, maybe you can get that. I don't know about holding copper pennies. I heard about taping them to the bottom of your feet if you're sleeping. That might have some benefits to there. Do your research. I'm not sure 100% on that one. Don't take my word for it. Chemical analysis as of the gold content of a metal object. An assay. Convert to or transform something. Again, with the transformation, converting, taking the negative, flipping it into the positive. Find your independence. An altimeter. Height of an aircraft above the ground. Maybe you're planning on going on a trip, or that's something you've thought about. Or just the idea of being away from another person has you feeling elevated. Or being separated from another person's energy is elevating. It's quite possible. Let's see. Gummy. 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 Gluey, sticky, as some thick liquids are. Glutinous. Viscous and viscid. Determination. Maybe you feel stuck to something, or somebody's stuck to you. Determined to separate yourself. Where are your keys? Dance. Keys. Dance. Ooh. Yeah, once you figure out what your keys are, you no longer be juggling that shit. Take your time. Don't rush anything. Okay, can we get some positive information here? Go by the water, lake or sea. Let's get some love oracle cards for Virgo. What can we say about Virgo love oracle? Ooh, 2 came out. We got the Phoenix. As I said, sometimes you got to hit a bit of a rock bottom. Not necessarily all the way down, but when you're hitting the low point, you got to come up through the flames. Pretty much everything else around you falls or crumbles apart, burns up. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, change, mind. It is to do with your mindset. Thoughts become things. It's a vibrational frequency. What you're sending out is what you get in turn. So yes, you're allowed to grieve. You're allowed to go through the process, especially if you lost something, but do not hold on to that energy. Let it go. That moment is now past. It's no longer there, or you're no longer having access to whatever or whoever it is. Understand that there is new to come, and you have to make room for that. The only way to do that is by allowing whatever it is, especially emotional, to be released so that you can have new come in. And this is the same with emotions. So let's say I'm feeling a certain way, I'm feeling bummed out or whatever. Okay, I'm feeling it. I don't want to have the self-pity or go into like a spiral. So what can I do now to make myself feel better? Do I have a bath? Do I go get some ice cream? Do I go work out? Do I go get a little something nice for myself? You know, treat yourself, pamper yourself, whatever it is to make yourself feel good. It's a new phase, rekindle. Maybe whatever's lost will be replaced. Technically, when we do the surrender and we release what no longer serves us, we purge what no longer serves us, we get rid of, there is plenty in return to take its place. Meaning whatever is meant for you shall be replaced. Maybe not the exact same thing, but believe it or not, it will be replaced as long as you're not holding on to what no longer serves you or what no longer is good for you. Transformation is very important. It's part of your growth. It's part of the whole idea of healing and the process we all go through. Girl with a snake. Empath and narcissist paradigm. Okay, so either you yourself are the narcissist or have narcissistic tendencies, or you're the empath and you're very, very super sensitive. From what I'm gathering, There's a lot of emotion going on here. So it could be you, the one that's picking up on other people's energies, including your own. Maybe you were never taught how to process them. Maybe you were never taught how to ground yourself. Maybe you were never taught certain ways of coping, and this is what's causing the stress and the burdens and everything like that, and maybe even turning to certain negative habits and the lack of balance there. Being charmed or used, enable, and boundaries. Remember to set healthy boundaries, especially with those around us. If you can't escape their presence, like if they're family or something, remember to set your healthy boundaries. Like, I'm not okay with this, regardless of whether or not they're going to keep testing you, because they probably will. Most people do. I'm not okay with this, and I'm going to go do this. I appreciate if you don't do that. Communication is important. Once you've done that part, it's on them. You'd be amazed. You're actually protected by a lot of things too, not just here in the 3D. Once you let go, you're like, I did what I did. I said what I needed to. I have a right to protect myself, set my boundary, and they need to respect that. If they don't, that's on them. You don't carry their burden for them. You don't feel bad, like you need to make up for it in some way, or you need them to like you, or want to feel a certain way towards you. No, don't do that, because that's taking on their burden. That's not them learning the lesson they need to. Pull your energy away from it. They don't deserve that energy of yours. Okay, can I get 4 runes for Virgo? Oh yeah, here, 31, 23. 4 runes for Virgo. Keep your energy clean in whatever way you understand that to be. Blank one, unknown, yet to be seen. Wunjo, joy, ecstasy, success, fellowship, peace, pleasure, glory, comfort, serenity. Okay, again, find what brings you joy. Find other people you can surround yourself with that lift you up, not necessarily tear you down. That'd be V and W, and then we've got green and yellow, which is the heart chakra and the solar plexus. Focus on this. Focus on what makes you happy. Speak your truth. Set your boundaries. Be clear about that. Again, forgiveness. I was. Trust, faith, companionship, forgiveness, movement, travel, transportation. Again, you might be going somewhere. You might be traveling, moving away so that you can find your peace. Forgiveness is not always, it's not necessarily for the other people. It's for you. Transportation, sending, communication, energy, partnership. Maybe you need to say what you need to say, or you're entering into a partnership, or you're ending one. E or EH, and that is blue and green for throat chakra and heart chakra. Always speak your truth. Even if it's hard for the other person to hear, it's better than holding it in. That's not good. I was, you, strength, stability, denial. It could be a huge thing with denial. That's internal as well. Defense, tree of life. So that's your Akashic records and stuff like that. Do your research.